Okay, this video is covering 16 through 20 on the EOC 2B worksheet. So you probably have already seen the 2A one. So of course this is going to be very similar. So piecewise, we already said that's going to be, in this case, 2 pieces. So there's one piece, and the other, which is just a horizontal line like that other sheet that we did. And then we have one that is at an angle. So we have 2 parts, and the change on this one is actually happening right at x equals 0. So remember, this is the origin right there, and so x equals 0 all along the y-axis. So that's really the basis of what we're going to be doing right here. So we'll go ahead and just fill it in here. So my function f of x is equal to, so put in my little bracket there. So I think let's do the top one here first. So this one, I notice it's filled in and it's located at 2. So I'm just going to say it's 2, because remember, y equals 2 means a horizontal line, but not the whole time. It stops right there. So I can just say if x is greater than or equal to 0, because here x is equal to 0. On the other side, it's doing something else. So first off, we should figure out what the slope is, and you just kind of have to look at it and get a couple points here. It looks like it's going down 2 and over 1. So down 2 would be negative 2 over 1. So it's negative 2x. And then that's its y-intercept right there. You can see it. So that is happening at y equals 1. So that's a plus 1 if x is less than 0. So that's my piecewise function for that one. Right underneath it, we have terms here, and we're looking for, it's kind of got cut off here, but the 22nd term. And if you notice here, we do have a common difference. It is going down this time, so it's decreasing by 3 all along the way. So I'll just put d equals negative 3. And my formula that I'm going to use, a sub n, is going to be equal to a sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d, the common difference. So I'm looking for the 22nd term this time. So a sub 22 equals the first term. I can see right there, a sub 1, first term is negative 4. Plus, then I need n, I'm looking for the 22nd, I already put that there, so 22nd term minus 1, and then the common difference was negative 3. All right, order of operations say I have to do what's inside this first. So it's going to be plus 22 minus 21, actually 1 is 21, so that's times negative 3 right there. Okay, and I will definitely run out of space here, but that's okay. So negative 4, and then I've got 3 21s, so 63, so it's minus 63, and I will kind of just head on over here. So that means the 22nd term is going to be negative 4 minus 63, so negative 67. I apologize for the shadows here, but nothing I can do about it. So hopefully you can see this as I move it around a little bit. All right, coming up on 18. So once again, a line made these points. So these points are all on a line, and we have to put it into slope-intercept form. And that is y equals mx plus b. So we do have to figure out slope, and there's various ways you could figure out the others, but we're just going to do it the way I did on the other video here. So x's looks like it's going up 4, up 4, yeah, up 4 all along the way. So it's good to just confirm they're doing the same thing. And then over here, 2, 4, 6, well, obviously it's adding 2. Okay, so our slope, I'll put it down here just to save a little space. So it's going up 2, and then over here it's 4, so that's 1 over 2. Okay, so that is my slope on this one. It's up 1 over 2. And let's go ahead and looking for points here. I think I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to call x sub 1, 2, and y sub 1, 4. I'm choosing this point right there. They're both positive numbers and they're not too big, so that's why I'm doing that. So I'm going to use the point slope form just to remind you on what that looks like right here. All right, and I've got the three things I need. So y minus y sub 1 is y minus 4 is equal to, m was 1 over 2, and then x minus 2. Okay, now I want it in this form right here, so distribute y minus 4, and on the other side 1/2 x, and 1/2 times 2 is just going to be minus 1, and then add 5 to both sides, and I will be all set. So y is equal to 1/2 x, and then plus 4. So here is my equation in slope-intercept form that would generate these points. All right, so now up to the coin question again. So this time we're looking at 9 total coins, and it's a mixture of just quarters and dimes, and the total is $1.35, and they want to know how many quarters we have. All right, so this time it doesn't really matter what order we go in, so I'll go ahead and just put quarters first here. So 0.25 for 25 cents times the number of quarters plus, it's dimes, so 0.10 for 10 cents times the number of dimes. Together, that should give us $1.35. The other thing I know is together, there's 9 of them. So Q plus D is equal to 9. And I'm going to put it right there just to kind of match it up. All right, what do I want to cancel out? The dimes. Okay, so I'm going to switch to red and just kind of put that right there. So negative 0.10 times all 3 of these things, even over there, got to do all 3. So this is negative 0.10 Q minus 0.10 D is equal to, and then it was negative, so negative 0.90. All right, so I think I'm right away just going to kind of switch over there. So 0.25 minus 0.10 is going to be 0.15 Q. These cancel out, that's what we wanted. And 135 minus 90 is going to be 0.45. You can put a 0 if you want, right there. And then divide both sides by 0.15 to get your answer. And maybe you can already see it. I know 15 goes into 45 3 times, so 0.45 divided by 0.15 will also be 3. So how many quarters? 3. Okay, and I'll move this to the side a little bit. I see in my screen there's a shadow there. So freeze the video if you have to at some point. And I have one more to do. And I must be moving faster on this one since I'm not running into the time problem. And at the end of the previous video, my volume stopped. So I noticed at the very end that I had put the wrong y-intercept. So that was kind of embarrassing, but I did not want to make the video over again. So that's why I wrote the word oops down at the bottom and kind of did it correctly. But I'll pay much more attention on this one so I don't do that again. So graph the inequality. I want to get y by itself, so I'm going to go ahead and just write it over here. Okay, move this. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. So that's going to be negative y is less than or equal to, and I'm going to put the x term first, plus 4. All right, now, remember that's a negative 1 right there. I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. But when you're dealing with inequalities, remember if you divide by a negative, it is going to flip this sign. So it's going to turn into greater than or equal to. Negative 3 divided by negative 1 is positive 3. And 4 divided by negative 1 is negative 4. Okay, so several things we have to mention here before I plot anything. So b is negative 4, and I'll try to do it right this time. Slope is positive 3, but you can think of that as 3 over 1. That's rise over run. And then also you have to look at this symbol. Greater than or equal to means, because of this bar, it's going to be a solid line. And because it's greater than, it's going to be shaded above. Okay, so with that in mind, I'm going to find negative 4. So from the middle, count down 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then to get other points, up 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 1. I like putting in a couple. So there's another. And then it was a solid line, so I don't have to worry about making a dash. So I'll just grab this ruler right here, and I'll put in a solid line, put some arrows. And then above means it would be up through here. Okay, so that's what that one should look like.